What's up guys, BARRYGAMING here, back with some more Raid Shadow Legends, and today we're going to be going over 3 very important decisions you have to make in an early game account to make sure you guys are making the best progress possible and not making some stupid mistakes. I've already made a ton of new accounts over the past couple months in Raid, and my goodness, the amount of stuff you learn in a short amount of time is amazing, and so hopefully this video is going to help you guys out too. Number 1, the first most important thing that comes to you basically immediately upon loading the game is picking the right first character for your account. Kayle is by far going to be the most useful hero out of the 4 options that you have. Dark Bolt, poison debuff, that's gonna be amazing on bosses, things like that. We also of course have AoE attack abilities. These attacks attack all enemies on the battlefield, fills the turn meter of this champion by 25% for every enemy killed, meaning you can get multiple turns in a row, which is absolutely crazy. Disintegrate attacks 4 times at random, has a 40% chance of placing a 5% poison debuff on them. Again, another really great ability for bossing. And one thing that is not to be overlooked, the leadership aura ability increases allies HP in battles by 15%. Now what that does right there is, if we go into just any old battle, I'm going to show you guys real quick. You have this position called the leader position, and you'll notice some of our heroes have little icons above their head here. Increases allies HP in faction crypts. That's only a very specific mode. You do this with our son Wukong, increases ally speed in arena battles. That doesn't really help us here. But one that is super flexible, his ability here increases ally HP in battles by 15%. That's just hard to beat when you really need some extra survivability in the early game. And again, Kayle is just so amazing, so good. You want to make sure you focus on this hero, and there's a couple things that you can do to really heavily invest into this hero early on to make them very good. One of them being, you can get a lifesteal set. This is a 4-piece set, so you can only wear a 4-piece and then another 2-piece. You can see we're using an attack set here, but this allows you to heal for 30% of the damage dealt. Now, for a lot of heroes, that isn't super significant. 30% is a decent amount, but if you're only doing single target damage, not as great. However, when you're doing acid rain and attacking all the enemies, you're going to heal for a huge amount of damage, healing, whatever you want to call it. It actually adds up very, very quickly. This is going to be really important to do. Very, very important to do to keep your hero alive. There's a few other things you should be focusing on beyond that. Number 1, of course, you want to upgrade their level as far as possible. Getting their level upgraded by feeding things like these magic brews and everything, very, very important. But beyond that, there's other ways to upgrade this hero. You can upgrade the star level. This star level is going to be giving them additional power levels. You can feed either other 4-star heroes that you upgrade, or of course these chickens. These chickens are kind of like puppets that you can kind of just, you know, do what you need to do with them, which is kind of cool here. You can also level up other heroes. So you see how you have like these heroes here, you can hit instant and it'll automatically do it for you. It'll rank them up to 3-star. Ranking up these types of heroes and not feeding them to other, or not destroying them for leveling, like these, again, you can feed heroes technically to level up other heroes. That's something you can do. Upgrading these 3 stars and 2 stars and everything, upgrading their ranks to the higher levels is important, because then you can feed them off to your more powerful heroes, and your starter hero is going to be one of your most important heroes in the first few days and actually weeks of your account, so keep that in mind. Beyond that, you also want to focus on your rare skill tomes, of course your epic ones, there's legendary ones, heck, there's even mythical ones in the future. Basically what these tomes do is you're allowed to use them on that tier hero or lower. So you can see here a legendary skill tome can be used on legendary and lower rarity, but can't be used on mythical. Same thing with like these epic skill tomes. They can be used to upgrade the skills of epic heroes, which of course are the purple ones, but not the yellow, golden, legendary ones. And then of course you have the rare skill ones. These are just for the rare heroes. So you can see here we have the 1 tome. We could technically upgrade it. I would highly recommend you save any of the epic and legendary ones for a little bit until you find heroes that you are going to want to keep for the long term. However, perfect example right here, we have from our dailies 1 new rare skill tome, and you can see we have some abilities with a little bit of a lopsided skew here, and it actually worked out really good because we managed to get acid rain all the way up to 5 of 5 already. We do have other abilities like disintegrate, this a little lower. Essentially what you do is you can put these books into this same hero here, hit upgrade, and then it's going to pick one of the random abilities to upgrade one of their levels. And you can see right here the different types of buffs you get by increasing this power level. You can see on these, increases the buff debuff chance, same here too. Increases the damage, increases the round cooldown for this to come off. Very, very important, because you see here, this ability is a 5 turn, so it goes down to a 4, which is solid. These are 3, and this is just the basic one that you can use pretty much anytime. So making sure you're paying attention to the upgrade rank, because again, you can auto do this too, which is smart, just having them upgrade and then slowly working your way through and getting these heroes stronger and stronger. Upgrade a 3-star to a 4-star, and then take the 4-star feed off here. I would say never to feed off epic champions that are already here, because those are going to be champions that you probably want to use. I'm going to call these epic heroes that we have on our team. These are not food heroes. These are food heroes that you build up and feed off to other ones to get more progress. And you see right here, Sun Wukong is going to be a really hard one for us to progress, because we need 5-star or higher heroes or chickens or whatever we need. That is going to be a little important. And you can see up the top here how many of each star version you have. So technically you can like throw this in here, and you guys see they have to be at max level to get it done. So one thing that's very important to do in this progress is making sure you're leveling up all these heroes in your normal daily grind. If you're going and doing those raids over and over again, put these food heroes in, because they need to be at max level to upgrade their rank. And if they're not at max level, well, you can't upgrade it and you can't turn them into food. And all of this is still on the same topic, making sure you get the best bang for your buck for your Kel hero. Now again, I'm not going to use this here. I don't think using an epic skill tome on him just yet is necessary. It's not going to make a huge difference. Getting the acid rain up to level 5, probably one of the biggest influxes, benefits you can get in the early game. The second thing I want to talk about is your resources, and mainly we're going to be talking about our gems here. We all know we can get tons of gems from all over the place, but the slow grind as a free-to-play or low spender going to be very important. So there's 2 things I want to highly recommend. The first one being unlock the gem mine as soon as possible. This produces gems constantly. It does cost 500, so it's going to take you maybe 1 to 2 days to get this unlocked, depending on how much you push in the first day. And yes, we do want to unlock it here ourselves. So you can see right here, now we have this mine active. Essentially every 5 hours, essentially it's going to be making tons of these gems here. You can see the capacity goes up the longer you go, so you're going to want to check in throughout the day and make sure you are claiming this stuff out. Time until full is 1 day 1 minute, so even if you're just doing 1 a day logins, you're grinding out your energy, everything like that, that's going to be fine. This is going to generate so much more than 500, it's not even funny. Now upgrading this is something I recommend you don't do. All you need to do is the initial gem mine unlock. After that, just leave it as is. It's going to be an awesome passive income essentially, and it's going to be really, really good. Now, speaking about those resources, me personally, I'm going to be playing this game as what I would call a smart low spender out there. And there are some deals in here that are very, very good. Other ones, not so much. I personally don't think going for early game summons, ancient shards and stuff is really necessary. The heroes you get by default are pretty good. There are of course all these different special offers, these silver packs that are free, sacred summons. These are all things I feel like you don't really need to chase. Some of them can be pretty good value. Other ones, it really just depends on what type of spender level you are going to be going at, because you can see there are a ton of different things. You can even get a full set of armor and everything that it can create a huge boost to your power level. You can get the tomes if you want to straight up upgrade stuff. There's a lot of different offers. You can see tons of them, and then even in the daily progression tab here, there's a lot of really good ones. There are some of them that I do recommend going in for. I do think a lot of these are very good value overall. Getting ones that are focusing on gems are probably going to be ones that are really great for you. Again, I typically lean away from the ones that have to do with summons and even chickens at the early game, not necessarily needing them. Definitely don't go for the skins or anything like that. The one purchase I'm personally going to make right away is the daily gem pack, and that kind of goes down to the gem mine at the same time. This right here, for every day for 1 month, you get 250 gems now plus more each day for 30 days. And you see how the calendar works out. You get 250 immediately, and they're getting 50, 60, and then 200 on the last day. So this one's pretty good value, especially considering it's 10 bucks. Beyond that, you're going to be getting some extra resources. I've talked about the silver guide. Silver is something that is a little harder to get. XP boosts are nice, energy boosts are nice, all those things are great, and then you're kind of just not too far away from some other upgrades. So this one can be very, very good. There are other ones that do include gems like the starter packs, the sacred founder, the beginner progress is another one based on your account level. You can see all these gold ones are the ones that we have already achieved, and then it keeps going on to level 31. But I think as far as the overall value goes, the daily gem pack is good. So if you get the daily gem pack in combination with upgrading your mine, you're gonna put yourself in a really good spot. And finally, the third thing I want to talk about to really help your progress is really coming down to this, right? See this full at the top of our screen right here? Yeah, this is something energy. You can buy even more with it with gems. I don't recommend that, but you do get a ton of extra energy in the early game. You get them from doing like all these different activities. You can see even monthlies, you're getting a huge influx from your quest systems. You're getting them from your challenges. You occasionally get some from your passes. Actually, you know what? I don't think you do in any of the passes, but there's a lot of ways to generate extra energy. I mean, heck, even coming in here and getting restores energy bottles is another place that you're going to get it. Make sure you're using this every single day. You can see how we have 85 as our cap, but we have well over that. That means while we're over that cap, we are not generating any new energy that we could be using. So making sure you're going into places like the campaign, grinding out battles, just coming in and fighting over and over, whether that's for silver, whether that's for leveling up heroes, or heck, even getting additional champions to use as food. That is very, very important to do. So keep that in mind. Beyond that, you can use them in dungeons. If you're going for silver, like we talked about yesterday, Spider's Den, amazing place to go for. If you need certain resources to upgrade your heroes to get better stats, going for the potions are very important too. And you see there's 5 different ones to start grinding out. Very, very important because you can just completely keep grinding these out. You can do multi-battle eventually, so you don't have to sit here and spend all your time. That's going to be one thing you really want to do. Make sure you're maximizing your energy, because if you're not, you're going to be capped out and you're going to fall behind where you could be. So just grind it out. Hopefully that helps you guys out. I know a lot of this had to do with our first pick hero and how to really maximize the power of that hero. On top of that, generating gems is going to be very important, and not wasting energy, again, very important in the early game. If you guys have any tips or suggestions for our new players, returning players, love to hear topics, opinions, start a discussion, leave a comment down below. If you haven't done it just yet, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys next time.